What's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. I'm violinist Chen, and yeah, if you were here with us last week, you'll know how this goes. I will be popping in to your practice rooms, and I'll be giving tips, feedback, advice, maybe just general encouragement for those of you who are practicing in your studios on tonic. So, okay, for those of you who are new, welcome this week. Now, as you all know, I've gone on YouTube before to review performances and review also your playing, right? But this is something that's going to be new because we're going to be doing it live. Those were always pre-recorded, but today we're going to be doing it live. Yeah, so where I'm going to be sitting in on your live practice sessions, no pressure, no pressure. It's kind of like when you sit on your friend's practice session, except today I'm going to be your friend. So, all right. Now that I say it like that, it's like, do I want that friend? Yes, I am that encouraging. I would be like, you got this, when you like getting that shift or when you're like running out of breath. I don't know what wind players do, but you know, when you haven't circular breathed yet, I'll be like, you got this, just one last breath, one little extra toot, you know, and you'll just, who knows, maybe just get you through that run. I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to wind players. Anyway, welcome. Hi in the chat. Wow, this is early for a Sunday, and I know that some of you out on the West Coast, it's even earlier. So yeah, I'm relating hard. I kind of went to bed a little bit late last night, but here we are. All right. So when it comes down to the how this is going to work, I'm going to drop this link here in, or actually a few mods are going to drop this link here in the chat. We are going to have the download link for Tonic. That's where we're going to be. I'm going to be popping into your practice rooms because not everybody has live stream equipment kind of like this cool camera, the microphone, all the setup. And Tonic is a place where you can literally just take out your phone and it's going to work. So that's how it goes. So anyway, let's drop that link there in the comments. Let me grab that link right now. So yes, here we go. And when we, let's see here. All right, thank you. And now, yeah, I'm going to let you guys go ahead and set up your studio, your practice room. Basically, how this goes is, oh, you know what? I can do this even. Ooh, there we go. So to create a practice room, all you got to do is click that plus button in the top left. So it'll open up a menu, and then you see where it says New Studio there. You'll see your avatar. If you're new, I'm sorry, you're going to be in like what I call peasant clothing, which is like the basic getup. But if you practice more, you will earn items and rewards. I still haven't earned my first full room yet, so there it goes. But anyway, yeah, you can customize your avatar, and you can see what all these different getups, and then you just press New Studio. And in the description, it would be helpful to put in, because I don't want to come into studios unannounced, just to put in the hashtag RayView. All right, and then also for me, put in your just level. I would say, let's say if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, I might put like, you could put beginner, intermediate, or intermediate, advanced, or, all that kind of stuff. You can just put that there, advanced, let's say, because let's be honest, am I intermediate? No, don't worry about this. It's okay. It's just to give me a reference. And so you put in your level. Don't actually type in level. If I see any smartasses out there typing in level, I will come into your practice room and roast you. No roasting either today. So level, and then also how long you've been working on this piece. All right, so maybe it's like, I've been working on this for 3 months, So I put in 3 months, and then put in the piece that you're playing, okay? Put in the piece that you're actually practicing. Let's say I was practicing Brahms Violin Concerto. All right, that helps us. Okay, first movement, right there, boom. And then you can start. That's how you start the studio. All right. But, and make sure that make sure, don't make a mistake like I did. Make sure that the lock on the top it says studio and not private studio. You see the difference. Otherwise, I'm going to be outside being like, let me in. All right, cool. So, all right, we got that set up now. Let's put that away for now. All right, while I'm waiting for you guys to practice, I'm going to warm up a little bit because last time I didn't really warm up enough, and when I was rewatching the live stream, I kind of could tell, okay? So just give me a few seconds. You know, my teacher, my late teacher, Aaron Rosand, he used to always do the same warm-up. And every lesson, he'd be like... And then he would just like put down his instrument. And I'd be like, is that it? And he'd be like, all right, play me something. And it couldn't be the same piece that I had played like multiple weeks in a row. I had to change concertos like once every 3 weeks max. Yeah, he preferred it that we cycled through on a 2-week cycle. It was crazy. But I learned a lot. All right. So, let's get started. Let's just dive right in. You guys know how this works. Let's go. We're hoping to get through at least 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 people. Let's go, and I'll be giving general advice. Hopefully this will help. Hopefully this will help you guys be inspired for this coming week's practice as well. That's the goal of this live stream. All right, let's go in. All right, boom. All right, who do we have live right now? Oh, we got a lot of people live right now. All right, so maybe what we'll do is we'll studio surf. I always like to do this, and we'll just kind of cycle through. Okay, accordion stuff. All right, Issie. Oh, intermediate, 1 month. Let's see. Wait a second. How did this person get that get up? I want that jacket. Got it. So this person is looking for useful tips that you know of for sautier. Okay, so from what I can hear, this Issie is basically it's sort of getting stuck on the string a little bit more. I actually don't know which particular Hungarian dance this is, but right now, let's do a little basic sautier, like revision. All right. So sautier, also known as in different, depending on which language. I mean, there's also like bouncing the bow in English, plain English, spiccato. I mean, sautier tends to be a little bit lighter in my mind because it's French. It's like oh, but in any case, sautier is or basically spiccato is something that you got to get it going, right? There's a certain speed to it that it works. It's like bouncing a ball, right? So if you think about bouncing a ball, it's very much the same motion in your hand. So you want a supple, but not like floppy wrist, but you need a supple wrist, like my floppy wrist. And then you just like, and you have an intention, right? There's a rhythm to it. So you go bam, 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 dan, 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 dan. Okay, so if I, except of course with the bow, there's 2 directions, right? Because you kind of have an up bow as well. So you go, it's not just the down bow. This is only down bow, but if I do up bow, and I would say just keep it at that tempo for now. And then you can gradually, and I would keep it in approximately like the lower half of the bow, and I wouldn't get too high in the bow, because as soon as you get too high, it starts to become very hard to bounce. However, when you get higher, in the middle of the bow, you can bounce faster. So those are some useful tips for sautier. All right. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. Let's yeah. Okay, so I'm hearing like the Issie's gone on and practiced other things now. So we're gonna back out and we're gonna go ahead and check out another studio. So we're doing this like fast, but this is to help you guys. Maybe this is something that you'll come across as well. Obviously, we can't get to everyone. I wish I could, but this is the best way. This is the way. Oh my gosh, guys, I've been watching Mandalorian. It's like I just finished season 3 of the last episode. Grogu is so cute. Okay, so Selena, Glazunov Violin Concerto. Okay, so this user, Selena, is asking for 2 questions. 2 questions. One is how to make chord intonation better. That is a very good question. All right, so I'll answer these questions one at a time. Okay, I haven't played this piece in a very, very long time. This is one of those pieces that I had to cycle through on a 2-week cadence with my teacher, and that was it. So I'm going to use another example. But in any case, chords are the same everywhere. There's what is called block fingering. So it's basically like, the concept is basically like muscle memory. Muscle memory with a little bit of, a pattern. Muscle memory with pattern in the left hand. Okay, so for example, let's say you're any pattern. Let's say you're doing thirds. This is why practicing scales is important. I know it's like eating vegetables, but you will thank yourself later on. So for example, thirds. And the reason why we call block is because like literally you can see it's like it's just like a block going up, right? Like if I right, and if you're doing sixths, I don't have a very good example for sixths. But in any case, it's the same concept. You have to think about the shape of your hand, and you stick to it. All right, and then when I practice, let's say. That's probably not a very good example. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of what. Oh no, there's no. Selena has paused to listen to what I have to say. Okay, those are definitely not chords, but in any case, think about it like that, and then of course you can separate the strings. So when I think about chords, I think about also just. Or just playing the upper string, but still placing the fingers on the lower or upper string. And then there's also that. So, for example, okay, I haven't practiced that in a long time. Let's practice it right now. So I know that I have to, and also think about the intervals. That shift. Right? So there you go. That's kind of like me thinking about block fingering, me thinking about intervals, and then on top of that, of course, I'm speed running through this. I'm also grabbing individually the different intervals and intonation. All right, so there you go. And then tips for memorization are pretty. I mean, it's basically. Actually, I have a great tip. I will tell you. It's basically go on whatever streaming platform you use and just listen to it. Listen to the recording like over and over. It's like kind of like listening to your favorite song. So, and then I even karaoke along with it. I'm like, I play along with the recording, and eventually you start to sing well, at least I do. If you listen to my practice sessions, which you are more than welcome to on Tonic, I sing the underlying orchestral or piano or whatever part. And the reason I do that is because, well, first of all, it gets me more in the mood, and I'm like, oh yeah, like this is like it's more fun this way. But also it helps me memorize, because when you're memorizing, let's say you're practicing a piece, especially for violin, it's most likely that it's not for solo violin, right? It's most likely it's not written for solo violin. So unless you're, of course, Bach, but let's say you're practicing Glazunov, like Selena is, then I would say that it's you want to have all the parts memorized. It's hard otherwise to be taken out of context and only have like one part in your mind, and then you have to like fill in the gaps. Because one of the most difficult things for me was not memorizing my own parts. It was like memorizing when to come in, and I just didn't spend enough time when I was a kid doing that. I remember when I auditioned for Curtis, I was playing Bruch Violin Concerto, and you know this first tutti, right? Anyway, after that, it's like, and I just didn't have the entry memorized. So stuff like that also makes a big difference. Here I am, breaking more bow hairs. As you can see, I need to get a bow rehair soon. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's like a gap-toothed person. Not that there's anything wrong with gap-toothed people. I think that they're incredibly beautiful too, but you know, I gotta get this fixed, otherwise I won't be able to play. All right, next one. Thank you, Selena. All right, who we have? Let's see here. Oh, Lennox, Dyer. Okay, a few months. Vivaldi Concerto in G major. Let's see here. Oh, Lennox, Dyer. All right. Okay, a few months. Vivaldi Concerto in G major. Okay, so the question is about whether or not there should be vibrato. Thanks so much for sharing, Lennox. I think that vibrato in Vivaldi. I don't know this particular Vivaldi concerto, but let's compare it to the most famous Vivaldi of all, Four Seasons, right? Those are the famous. And Spring. Or even Winter. I think that there are other effects that you can use in Vivaldi that make it that don't require vibrato. Now, let's get into the reason first of why we are not using vibrato. Why we're choosing not to use vibrato. And it's because it's not that we ban vibrato, but it's that we want to go for a different sound. We want to reach a special sound that is uniquely Baroque sounding, right? Compared to, let's say, if I played this, you know, like even it just wouldn't sound right, right? And you'll even notice that my left hand is still giving just a touch of a shimmer, right? Anyway, you get the idea. So, there are other ways, and now let's talk about the other ways that I've just mentioned of what you can do instead of giving a full, you know, throaty, romantic sounding vibrato in Baroque music. There are multiple ways. You can use the right hand in a different way. So you can think about this sort of a little bit more of a yeah, like a sigh. It's like a ha, right? It's like that kind of a. You think about it in Bach as well. Right, and then the same goes for basically anything. We were just and so. Long notes, Baroque, use the sigh method, the ha method. You're going to remember that now because you have ha. So ha. And then I'm thinking about other passages which I can't seem to. Okay, yeah, for example. And that gets into my second method, which is a little bit of ponticello. You know, there's a little bit of that. You want to get a bit of a zing. I kind of attribute that sound to being similar to the harpsichord. You guys know how the harpsichord sounds like, right? Like compared to a piano, the harpsichord is very, very zingy, right? So... And it's always present in these sorts of, in the Baroque, sound, right? So you can sort of imitate that vibe a little bit on the violin when you're playing Baroque music. So that's another method. All right, well, these are all, by the way, all with the right hand, right? So let's see, a third method might be a certain type of articulation when you're playing short notes. So... if I was, I'm thinking about the short notes being extra short, like, and an extra like ting, like yum, like kind of also like the way any hammer instrument plays a sound, yum, like ta, like that. And then the long notes are to be used in the method that we just talked about, the sigh method. We're gonna call this the sigh method. You see, there's a pattern here. Then it's sounding very, very Baroque, right? If I did it the other way, suddenly it doesn't sound very Baroque. Let's apply this to Bach, see if it works. Oh, so far so good. It all works. A lot of sighing goes on in Baroque music. All right, so that's something that's can be applied universally. Now, all these things, and you're wondering, like, what about vibrato? Okay, so I haven't talked about the left hand, and now the shimmer of you'll notice you got to think about it not as like a one size fits all anymore. In romantic music, it's more likely that you could be like, you know, thinking about vibrato as in like a general sort of sauce, right? But here, it's not gravy, right? In romantic music, vibrato is a bit like gravy. Or Tchaikovsky. Right? It can be. It actually shouldn't be, but it can be. But when it comes to Baroque music, vibrato suddenly is kind of like a spice. It's a little bit like, you know, you wouldn't want to put wasabi everywhere, right? So I would say that applying it very stringently, stringently is and strictly is something that is very important. Oh my gosh, dad jokes. So where it contributes to what we just spoke about, the sigh and the articulation. So for example, I will apply vibrato, a shimmer, you see? Okay, so there you have it. There you have it. That's how it's done. All right. Wow. This chat is popping. You guys can hear the difference. So, let's see. What else? Vibrato in this piece. What else do we have? I'm so confused because right now I'm looking at the the chat from the YouTube stream thing, and it's showing the loading screen when I am definitely so past that in today's live stream. It's so scary to see that. Anyway, all good. It's just me being like, oh no, did I do everything right? Okay, so it seems like everything's okay. It seems everything's fine. In any case, moving on. Let's get to another. That was some great questions there, Lennox, and thanks for letting me talk about Baroque stuff for so long. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have? Wow, let's get somebody. Wait, I have to see, make sure that people do have that on their. Oh, did we? And I gotta make sure that I didn't already listen to some of you last week. So I have my list here that we want to give everybody a chance. So, but anyway, I'm just gonna pop in. I don't think I heard Michael. Did I hear Michael? If so, I'm so sorry.
Hello, right. Sorry, the live stream is delayed, but there you go. This is Chausson.
Wow, I think that the audio from the Michael's phone is a little bit questionable. So I was like, wow, I always attributed this piece to a really old recording, but this sounds especially old today. Sorry, didn't mean to roast your device, Michael. Keep going. Keep going. We're gonna pretend that never happened. Don't. All right. He's paused for now. So this is a sound that is completely different from what we've been talking about, Baroque music. Now we're going all the way into, I would say, French like. Well, it's not modern. I mean, contemporary's after modern, but it's still not. I would say, but like I always attribute this to like the hyphen sound, right? So so it's this kind of like, I call it, well, my mom and I used to call it inner strength. It's, and I've seen some people actually refer to it in comments around on socials, inner strength. Inner strength is the staple of every long line that you're about to play in romantic music. It doesn't really apply to, I mean, can I say it applies to Baroque? I don't want to, let's not talk about Baroque anymore, but it definitely applies to romantic music, and it's what you just heard. It's this like, I sort of picture this, it's not really a PG-friendly picture, but like I'm like pulling like a long string of intestine just like out of my stomach, and like very, very slowly, and you can't pull too fast, otherwise it'll rip. Okay, let's replace that with like a silkworm. We're pulling a strand of silk from a silkworm, and very, very slowly, and it's like, and you don't want it to break. All right, that's inner strength. But there's something more like gut-wrenching, you know, about the, well, literally when you're wrenching your gut, it's more gut-wrenching. So, we're going to talk about, another example is also the Brooks Scottish Fantasy. So you see what I did there? I would say the long notes, the sustained notes, it's a sustained quality, and then you have, okay, and this will also help with Michael's question as well, how to control shaky bow. P.S. How did you get into Curtis? Oh, what? Well, that's a separate question for another day. But certainly it's a sustained kind of motion. If you imagine your gut getting pulled out, then, you know, shaky bow is the least of your problem. So you want to think about, when I think about actual technical application, okay, so we've done enough of the analogies now. We're going to go into technique. I'm constantly thinking about applying the bow weight, the weight of the bow. I'm not controlling. It's a little bit control, but like I never lighten the bow above a certain weight. It's kind of like having your set weight. You just never go above that. You just never lighten the bow. And then when you diminuendo, it's the opposite of the sigh. All right? Remember we talked about the sigh, and it's like and then you get the feeling. This is like the kind of like and then you like continue to control you never let them completely relax. So this is like manipulating that sound so that you just like keep that tension there. So and now the vibrato. Lily mentioned the vibrato in the chat. That is very good. The vibrato is an important ingredient to this. So I was first focusing on the psychological. Then we talked about the right hand. Now we're going to get to the left hand. So left hand here. Keeping a continuous vibrato is necessary to help you sustain the line. So See, notice that I never stop the vibrato. And and when you're focused on that, you'll also be less focused on your right hand, right? So it's like kind of this, which will hopefully make you shake less. So there's different ways, but basically, yeah, those, you gotta try what works for you. So yeah, thanks, Michael. And thanks, Lily, for contributing to remind me about the left hand. Very important, very important. Okay, so, what else do we have? I was just seeing this beautiful background, and oh no, Mirko's Studios ended. That's so sad. Okay, well, Johnny, let's listen to Johnny. Oh, Johnny's Studios ended too. People are like, wait, I'd rather just not play. Okay, let's see. Henry Gong. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Hang on a second. I'm the wrong note police there. Well, I just realized I just called you out in front of like everybody on YouTube. I didn't mean to do that, but sorry. Ray, think about things before you say them. So anyway, but now that it's already been done, we're gonna go ahead and just make sure that you never play that wrong note ever again. So what is this? I've got the music here. It's Syncopation, and the only reason I know this, and I play wrong notes all the time. So like, you know, you gotta make choices when you play wrong notes. Hopefully good ones, because yeah, if you're gonna, yeah, anyway, I'm just digging myself. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I was playing wrong notes. Wait a second. Hang on a second. Henry, play that again. I think I messed up. Oh my god. No. I just embarrassed myself. No way. Wait, what? Wait, play it again. Okay, and then? I'm still listening. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. It is it is the wrong note. So it's C natural. It's not C sharp. All right, so there you go. All right. All good, Harry. There was a moment where you know, I thought it should be the other way around. Next time you're live streaming and I'm gonna be in the practice room, okay? So in any case, let's get to the question that Henry's been asking, which is how to do crunchy spiccato, and how can I improve the clarity of each note? That's okay. So, but I guess crunchy spiccato is maybe like clean spiccato, right? Because crunchy is like a little bit not something that I would associate with this particular piece because it's so light and elegant, right? This is like a Kreisler piece, you know, right? You need to have this little like it's a little Charlie Chaplin, you know, black and white film, like little, you know, the quirkiness. That was my attempt at imitating a quirkiness. So spiccato, I'll tell you guys, this straight up front has to be super intentional. I think I mentioned this in last week's live stream when we were talking about the Tchaikovsky third movement. If I'm not intentional, actually, if I'm not intentional about anything in music, it's gonna come out like not there, right? But spiccato is especially obvious because either you bounce or you don't bounce. So it's kind of one of those things, right? So the good news is that none of this piece is especially fast, right? So there's time for you to do these manual spiccatos. And I intentionally lift the bow. See, I'm playing a long, short. Anyway, you get the idea. So this piece is actually, I wouldn't even call it. Yeah, it's definitely not sautier, but it's like this intentional spiccato, right? Maybe this is spiccato, and I was wrong about sautier. Maybe there's like a ricochet. No, that's French too. I wonder what the Italian is for. Anyway, all good. So that's how you would do spiccato in this particular piece. And it also, at the same time, improve the clarity of the notes, which is, again, being very intentional about which notes are short, which notes are long, right? And then also at the ends of the long notes to also finish them. So by that, I mean, there. Here, I lift the bow between lift and lift again. I know it seems like a lot, you gotta do a lot, but it's a tiny little lift, you know? It's like almost like a lifting, and by lifting bow, think about it more like lifting the weight of your right hand. Don't think about like, oh, you gotta get some like, 1.5 seconds of airtime. Don't think about it like that. Think about it like, okay, I lifted the weight. Now that's where you want to get airtime. So there's two different types of lifts. Lifts for clarity, which is just lifting the bow weight, and then lifts for like flair, let's say. And flair is the See, I was doing both there. I was doing lifts for clarity and lifts for flair. This sounds like a charity. Lifts for charity. Lifts for... Never mind. All right. All right. We are going on. How many people have we had? How many many people have we listened to today? Mods, can you give me a reference of approximately how many we've already done? I mean, we're just gonna keep going until we hit the hour. But and guys, you know what? Next, I was thinking, I'm playing with my quartet in Europe, and I've asked Amihai to, and then he's still, he's like, he's given me a positive remark, but what could really help for the violists? I mean, if we want to give violists some love and lower strings and move our way slowly into cello and, I would say, please go to Amihai's Instagram and just comment, like, can't wait to see you at the live stream with Ray. Okay, just do that. Just do that for me, right? Just everybody on his, just go to Amihai Gross's Instagram. Just do that. Just keep commenting that, all right? And I bet you peer pressure always works. All right, don't worry. You could say it's from me. Anyway, moving on. We are... Okay, so where are we at? We've done 5. Okay, we've done 5. 4 or 5. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Hello, Khan. Let's keep going. Blackpink in the area. I can't unthink that. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing myself double. Like, I just said something really cringy, and then, I got to hear it double played back through his speakers into his own microphone again, and then you all heard it again, and it was like, I got to relive the cringe 3 times. It was the worst. Okay. Advice for Paganini, La Campanella. Bowing techniques or thirds. Let's hear some of those thirds. Advice for Paganini, La Campanella. Bowing techniques or thirds. Let's hear some of those thirds. Okay. Before the the roundabout sound gets about too crazy, I'm going to just go down a little bit on the volume and just go dive straight in. Okay, cool. I've got my music here, so let's see. Here it's about let's see. The question was bowing techniques or thirds. Okay, the bowing techniques are pretty straightforward. There's a lot of ricochet. There's a lot of spiccato. It's about being very, very intentional. So that you get that like a very, it's the I guess the feeling, it's very much like Paganini, right? It's full of confidence. It's full of, some might say even confident to the point where it sounds like arrogant, right? That's where it needs to sound like. So you need to have that, and that's done by that has the articulation, the bum. It's like when you're speaking to somebody, it's like, I will have you know that the Paganini Violin Concerto was written in 18, it's like that kind of authoritative. You have to be very authoritative. Now, woo! Thank you for the $2. Yes, I get. Yeah, okay, so guys, I've been eating this passion fruit ice cream, and they're like $2 each. Thank you for the passion fruit ice cream donation. They're so good. They're from Taiwan. It's like the best. Anyway, so that's that for the beginning, and then. This is the ricochet. And for ricochet, I have no other advice than to just like slap that bow on the string. And just keep. Make sure you contrast a lot in this piece. Okay, and then your question about thirds. I wish I could help you. We're moving on to the next. No, I'm just joking. Let me take a look at this passage. Okay, so this is what I said earlier. The block fingering absolutely applies to this section, right? So even as I'm looking at it, just like, I mean, I have it in my ear, so I can't say I'm sight reading it, but let's say I haven't practiced it and I'm looking at it and I'm playing it. I haven't practiced it, right? That is full block fingering. I'm not moving my, I'm just like knowing where the interval is. And then I would just work on the shifts. That's, again, if you're just arriving now and you're learning about block fingering for the first time, you have to wait until the end of the live stream and then watch the beginning part where I talk about block fingering and thirds. All right, so that's that. That's that part. Thank you, Khan. What's going on in the chat? Are you guys talking about my facial expressions? About my my intensive facial expressions when I'm listening to y'all? It's because I'm focused. I'm absolutely like giving it my all. That's why. That's how I approach life. That's how you should approach life too. With intensity. No, oh wow. Let's see. Let me give this a little refresh. Oh my gosh, whoa, guys. It is, why does it say that it's 11:04 on my phone? That's crazy. It is definitely not 11:04. Never mind. It says it there too. Huh. Because I have focus on that. That must be an Apple bug. All right, Jimmy. Let's hear what you got. Okay. Mendelssohn? Is that it? Is that it? Is that what we're gonna play, Jimmy? Keep going, Jimmy. Okay, well, that I can help you with right there. That high note, I mean, I think it's bold to not play harmonic, but, I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe, I've never thought about not playing harmonic. Yeah, I would say it just doesn't have the same, it's a little too intense. I would say, in general, advice for this piece, for Mendelssohn's third movement of his violin concerto, is to keep things, again, intentionally spiccato, lifts. It's the flair of the spiccato. And the lifts for clarity. So being very, very disciplined about yourself lifting the bow in this piece, very, very important. Probably the most important thing to think about. I mean, other than intonation, of course. That's what gives you the feel, the vibes, the whole atmosphere, you know? And you notice that I wasn't playing that super fast. I mean, okay, well, it was slower than that, yeah. Okay, so the lifting is important, and then the phrasing of where you want to go. And then giving a little extra on the arrival, which is also your next beginning, your next jumping point. You're imagining like you're in one of those video games where you're jumping from platform to platform. You're like, all right, so like that. And then, trust me, when you play it fast, it sounds really good. Right? All comes together. That is how it's done, Jimmy. All right, guys. This was fun. I'm getting tired. I'm getting pretty worn out of, I don't know how teachers do this, like multiple hours a day teaching and just giving themselves, but huge shout out to all the teachers out there. Especially if you're watching. I mean, that's just I'm like I'm like so done, you know, after an hour of yeah, but yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching as well, and for hopefully this will, you know, this gives you a bit of inspiration to practice during this week as well. I mean, for me, certainly it does. It gives me a lot to think about. I think today, to summarize, we talked a lot about, you know, Baroque. We started with Baroque music, how it's done. You know, we got the size, and then you got the short notes that are intentionally short, and then we talked about spiccato, right? We talked about like that intentional spiccato, lifting the bow. Sometimes the spiccato is used for flair, and other times the lifting the bow is used for, you know, just clarity, right? Yeah, important things. What else did we talk about? We talked about, you know, inner strength, the gut-wrenching thing, you know, you're like wrenching out your guts. Yeah, so inner strength to be used in romantic music, especially the stuff that comes at, like when you think about the Heifetzy kind of sound, That sound is very important to have. You can apply it actually in a lot of these sorts of. You can even apply it in anywhere where there's intensity, where you don't want to let go. For example, Schindler's List. You know. You know, Brooks Scottish Fantasy. Oh, Brook Violin Concerto, first movement. So, not to be applied in places where it's meant to be like really light and joyful, right? Not second violin, not second movement of Mendelssohn, you know. Not that, right? And not, for example, Bach, right? That's too intense. So remember that as well. Inner strength. All right, guys. Great. We all learned something. I learned something. This is awesome. All right. I think we're done for today, but I'll see you in your practice room on tonic. Doesn't stop here. This is just where it begins. I look forward to listening to y'all practice. Oh, and since I already have my violin, we're gonna do what we usually do. We're gonna do a little. I'm gonna be the jukebox. You guys are welcome to make one request, and hopefully it's a piece that I know how to play. But yeah, while you're doing that, thank you for watching, and hopefully we can get some highlights going up soon of these live streams. That would be nice, as well as. Oh, so if you have any editing skills, please come forward and contact me. Also, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Time to look at the chat. Oh, introduction and tarantelle. Let's see. All right, that's today's. Sorry, rest of you. Those are some good ones as well, but I'll tell you why I like this one. So this piece, Introduction and Tarantelle, it's by Sarasate, has like a very beautiful. I love the introduction. The Tarantelle is like good too, but the introduction is where it's at. And I always think of a story. When I'm playing this. Think about this beautiful. Okay, this is a very, very like typical Princess in a Tower story. Okay, so just bear with me. It's kind of like Shrek, very Shrek. So Princess in the Tower. You know, she's like there, like, you know, and then along comes, you know, it's just like, or rather, it's like Princess in the Tower. She's thinking about, she's singing. She's like, oh, when is my prince gonna come? I wonder what kind of a person he's gonna be. Maybe like someone with really dark eyebrows. And it's like, along comes the prince. Hello, I'm the prince. Don't use the fingerings that I'm using. I'm totally making it up right now. But I'm also a soft boy, you know, like a soft prince. I can also listen to you while you talk and think about all the things that you're saying, and I'm very self-aware. You know, I'm not one of those, like, just because my exterior looks like a Chad, I'm actually a very introspective person. But if you want the muscles, I have those too. So will you be princess. And then she floats down. She's like, all right, I'm willing to see what you have to offer. And then she's like, you know, I play Smash, and then, you know, when any one of those Zelda princesses, or like, you know, Princess Peach is like dropping down, floating, gliding. And then they meet for the first time. It's a little bit awkward. But then they're fast friends, and then they go off on an adventure. Yeah, and there you go. That's introduction and tarantella. All right, guys, that's it. That's enough for today. It's a Sunday, so you guys should go and relax, or go and practice. Actually, what am I saying? Go and practice, and we'll see you all again next week. Remember, go to Amihai's Instagram and go comment. I'm looking forward to your live stream with Ray. I can't wait. I've been practicing all the whole week. Everything, any variation of that is acceptable. Just do it, okay, for me. And I bet you, come May 5th, I will drag him into the live stream then. All right. And then all the violists. Tell your violist friends as well to do it. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you again on the next live stream. Bye. Don't forget. Don't forget. Just don't forget. Oh, I should send like a should I send like a little, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, that one's great. That one's awesome. Yeah. So don't forget, go to Amihai. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.